What's going on, guys? It's Fantasy Stock Exchange here again, bringing you our live stream every game day. We're talking about Thursday Night Football. You know we have them on Sunday and Monday as well. But heading on, gonna give you guys a little start sit. Obviously, I'm in a different location in the house, as you guys can see, not downstairs. But yeah, just fire away. Leave those start sits. Talk general football. Go ahead. I'll actually answer Jesse right here. He actually left the first comment. A quick shout out for him. Jesse says, "Hey guys, flex one, Kelly, Gibson, Laviska. Out of those options, I would go with Gibson. And if you had to rank them in order, if you had to play more than one, I would go Gibson first, Kelly second, and Visca third. So definitely all good options. But yeah, Gibson's definitely the one that I want. Again, we saw the opportunity share last week. The snap share, he had over 65% in the Washington backfield. Again, not a great ideal matchup against Cleveland, but in terms of what he can do in both getting the touches out of the backfield, running the ball, and what he can ultimately do as a receiver out of the backfield for Washington. Gibson's going to start getting his way into an every week starter, in my opinion. I mean, if he's going to see a ton of volume, like we kind of got a glimpse of last week, he's going to be a stud. So, yeah, appreciate that. But as I said, Gibson, Kelly, and Laviska. So keep firing away those questions. Once you guys get in here, I see 6 of you are in here thus far. But yeah, Bush is getting his lasagna because he thinks he's Italian like me. Eh? There's a dog. But he's just watching the live stream on his phone right now. He's like, what the heck's going on? But yeah, keep firing those questions away in the chat, y'all. Oh. I just heard your dog sprint. Your dog sprinted down the stairs.
She was going to bark at my door because my mom's got some shit. Hey.
So I answered the first question, but he said Kelly, Gibson, Visca. I said in order, I'd go Gibson, Kelly, Visca.
Kind of depend on the scoring format for me. Yeah. Because I think if it's full PPR, I might go Visca.
Visca over Kelly or Gibson? Yeah. Or both? You go Visca over both?
I'd go Visca overall in a full PPR, potentially.
That's interesting. Yeah, no, I have a Gibson.
Well, we were talking about it right before. Keelan Cole is likely going to see Xavier Howard, right? Which means Visca has the better matchup.
That's fair. Jaskrin, we'll get on to you, says, hey, guys, I traded Michael Thomas for CEH. Is that a good move? That is a great move. Even when Michael Thomas was healthy, I was taking CEH over him. Yeah. So now you're getting CEH with Michael Thomas on the shelf. I mean, you just I might have to call the cops on you because that's just a robbery right there. That's a little cringy, but whatever. Dog's killing the stream too. We're rolling.
She's chilling.
Antonio Gibson, Darrell Henderson, Myles Gaskin. Easily Antonio Gibson out of those options. It's not close for me. I'm assuming you're the same, Bush.
Mm-hmm.
Tim says, wide receiver start Fuller or Cole. Given what we know of Fuller.
Fuller is supposed to play. I'm pretty sure he's going to play.
Yeah, and even if we mentioned that Xavier Howard's going to be shadowing against Cole, so I would personally take the gamble, see if Fuller plays, and worst case scenario, you have to make an adjustment on the fly on Sunday over just putting Cole in your lineup right now, in my opinion. So Tyler says, "What's up, fellow Guelph fights?" Yes, sir. How are we on this fine Thursday night? Oh, we go to school in Guelph, so I told him I'm the Conestoga, no?
Yeah, that's KW.
Okay, whatever. It's near Guelph. Whatever. He knows. But I do go to the University of Guelph. So shout out Tyler. I was mentioning him in one of the YouTube comments yesterday or the day before. So a quick shout out there. We're doing fine on Thursday night. Ready to see some Jaguars versus Dolphins football. Am I right?
Yeah. Just for the record, next week is Broncos and Jets. So we got to enjoy this one.
Yeah, facts.
Then after that, we get to watch the Bucs just absolutely lambaste the Bears.
Yeah, agreed. Colin says Chenault or Preston Williams. Williams has been shadowed by the top corners. I would go Chenault there personally. Again, with the thing with Preston Williams is although he has been facing some stiff competition, I just haven't really seen him kind of take. I get the ACL last year, but I just haven't really seen him look too great thus far. Even though yes, the matchup did affect his performance. I just think in general,
been shadowed by top corners. Devontae Parker was shadowed by Trey White last week.
Stephon Gilmore, I think, had him in week 1 though.
Oh, I guess once
Yeah.
Parker got hurt, probably, yeah.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense then. But yeah, I don't trust Preston Williams yet to put him in my lineup personally. And while Visca may be unproven in his own right, again, we mentioned with DJ Chark out, Xavier Howard is going to be mostly exclusively on what's his name? Keelan Cole. And Visca's just going to absolutely annihilate. So I like him. Just picked up Cole for tonight. Good. It's going to be tough. I mean, you're going to have to rely on volume there because, again, Xavier Howard's going to be the ultimate prime matchup for him. But hopefully he does well for you. Joskrin says, who do you guys think has higher upside as the season goes on? Swift, Gibson, or Myles Gaskin?
I think it's Gibson.
I think it's Gibson. To me, if we had a clear thought on what was happening with the Lions backfield, like if we could actually slate Swift for, I don't know, 40, 50% opportunity share, 50 to 60% snaps, I would say Swift. But because Patricia hasn't really shown that type of aspect in running his offense in terms of personnel, Gibson to me is going to be the guy because I don't think Swift is going to have that type of usage that Gibson will. Again, Gibson last week, 67% of the snaps, huge increase from week one. So I would definitely say Gibson in that comparison there. Scotty Miller or Gibson this week? That is easily Gibson. Not even questioning. I mean, Bush knows too, but yeah.
Godwin's back. Don't start Scotty Miller.
Yeah. You guys heard any updates on Thomas? Honestly, going to start Fitzpatrick over Breeze. I honestly think I have.
I would do that even if Thomas was playing.
Yeah. I mean, Breeze has not looked good, man. He's looked washed. He has not looked like a good quarterback this year. So, Almond says, "What's going on?"
And it's one thing against the Bucs defense for Breeze not to look good because the Bucs defense is actually good. The Raiders defense is terrible.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Teddy Bridgewater carved him up in week one.
I just got to search up what is the status of Jonnu Smith. He sat out today because he mentioned he was hurt.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I had the update on my phone saying that he was upgraded from questionable to healthy or something.
Yeah, I mean, even if he hurt it last week, he still played 54 of the 62 offensive snaps, so I don't really think it was a persistent issue in the game. But yeah, if Kittle doesn't play, I mean, Jonnu is going to still be a fire option. I think he's going to be all right. Where did you go? Okay. Well, we'll get Bush back in here in a second. Let me just give me a second. I'll answer your questions for the meantime. Am I insane? Totally out of... No. I have Robert Woods at wide receiver, 25 right now, and I actually have Julian Edelman as my wide receiver 18 off my head. But, I definitely prefer Julian Edelman over Robert Woods this week. Robert Woods is going to be seeing shadow coverage from Trey White, which is just not good for any wide receiver matchup. I don't care if you're Julio Jones or freaking – I mean, you're going to start those guys regardless. But you know what I mean. Trey White is easily a top 3 corner in the league, so definitely don't think you're crazy in starting Edelman over Woods there.
Sorry, I DC'd.
Yeah, you're good. I just invited you back as soon as I saw that. Corey Davis or Edelman this week? Give me Edelman in that one. I'm assuming anything. Edelman against the Raiders?
I got Edelman.
Okay. Hilton or Hollywood, wide receiver 2, and then Jarek, James Robinson, or Hilton, Hollywood, and flex. I would personally go with Hollywood and Jerick McKinnon. I think you're on what, Hollywood and James Robinson?
Yeah.
I'm Hollywood and McKinnon. All right, you're lagging a little bit, by the way.
Oh, really?
Like you're buffering, yeah.
One more.
All right. I'll continue this. Thanks, boys. When I rewatched, I saw Trayon Williams a lot, but I may be wrong. Yeah, it's all good. Again, Bush has the matchup on PFF, so I can ask him what he saw there.
Am I better now?
Yeah, you sound a lot better. Yeah. He said he saw Trey a lot on Williams, but he may be wrong. Like, do you have the actual
So shadow coverage doesn't mean they're on them every single play. Like, I'm sure he lined up against Trey on him a couple times, but it's like I can check the exact splits on it. I'll check it right now.
Yeah.
It'll take me a second. You might as well move on to another question.
All right. Gibson or McKinnon this week? I know you're on Gibson. I'm going McKinnon. I mean,
yeah, definitely on Gibson over McKinnon this week.
And we can make that a little bet, just like last week where I got annihilated on that. I'm not going to mention Hines' name ever again, but we can make that a little bet who finishes higher between those two if you want.
Yeah, we could do that.
All right, go. Yeah, I got McKinnon. He's got Gibson.
Like crazy. I'm sorry about that.
You're good. Would you start Cole or Parker? Give me Parker over Cole this week. I do think Parker against the Jags ultimately. Well, who do you project for CJ Henderson today?
CJ Henderson?
Yeah, what's CJ Henderson projected to be? Like, he's probably going to be on Parker, but I mean,
it says he's projected to shadow Parker.
Okay, but I mean, even if Parker's facing shadow coverage, I mean, we saw what he was able to do to the best corner in the game in Week 1 when he was fully healthy. So I mean, it's not too much of a concern for me. And either way, Cole's going to be shadowed by Xavier Howard regardless. So I would go with Parker over Cole. So Christopher Dunning, aka Dunny the boy, traded CMC for JT in a redraft to one league today. Thoughts? Love that trade personally. I still have JT as a mid RB1. While yes, CMC is a god. 4 to 6 weeks in redraft is going to kill you if you don't have the necessary depth. Whereas JT in that time frame can put up high end, middle RB1 numbers for you, especially for the record this week.
So he actually split time between Parker and Preston Williams. It looks like Parker did the majority of his damage against Levi Wallace.
Makes sense. But yeah, I would go JT. I like your side on JT there. Tyler, Guelph boy right there. What are your thoughts of Freeman going forward? I know his upside for this week is not good, but going forward, he should be okay, I think. Talking about Devontae Freeman?
Yeah, I'm guessing. Devontae Freeman, like, I don't know. I don't really want to start anyone from this back. I have a feeling, I mean, we'll get a clearer picture of it after this week, but I have a feeling it's going to be a committee, like regardless. Like Freeman and Lewis and Gallman are all just going to split carries, and it's just going to be a three-way timeshare and a bad offense.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're talking about it straight up, even if he does get a lead back role, do you really want a backup running back basically to what Saquon Barkley was able to do this year on 19 carries for 34 yards pretty much? I mean, it's just not a good situation regardless if Saquon Barkley was struggling, so not a fan of Freeman, even if he does get it like a good role, in my opinion. Pick 2, half point. Marvin Jones, Jared McKinnon, or Keelan Cole. I would go with the first 2 personally.
Yeah.
Also, would you bench Robert Woods over any of them?
No.
Now, I would start Woods and McKinnon personally. Are those options?
No, I think he means.
Oh no! Keep Woods in your lineup then. Sorry about that.
Keep Woods in the lineup and start Jones and McKinnon. Jones should be good this week, especially if Galladay's playing.
Yeah. He always plays better with Kenny Golladay in the lineup for the record.
Especially with Patrick Peterson being drawn away with Kenny Golladay.
Yeah. So maybe if there's somebody in your league who says, oh, I have Marvin Jones. He wasn't doing good with Golladay out of the lineup. Now he's in. Now I got to panic sell him. Maybe see if you can get him for a little bit of value because Marvin Jones should be back to normal with Kenny Golladay.
Offense in general is just much better with Kenny Golladay there.
100%. Traded Cup for Edelman and AJ Green. Thoughts? It depends what format. If it's a full PPR, I really like Edelman. I really like Edelman. I think he's honestly a top 15 receiver in full PPR.
If you need depth at receiver, I don't hate the move because I think both of those guys are like solid, like wide receiver 2 to 3s like every single week. Yeah. Whereas I think Cup is more of I think Cup's like a top 15 receiver. I think he just had a bit of a slow start. I think he's going to get on track this week.
That's fair. So Avery says, I think I'm going to start Deontay Johnson over Cup. I think they're back-to-back in my rankings right now. I have Deontay Johnson at 18, Cup at 19 right now. So, I mean, you can't go wrong between those two, in my opinion. I don't – but again –
in your lineup, to be honest.
Yeah, to be honest, I want to hear who your other receiver options are just to actually compare there. But, yeah, Devon says, new to the YouTube, but like the info so far. Appreciate that, Devon. Glad you're enjoying. Looking to fill my flex spot, I have Gallup, Lazard, or Anthony Miller. Give me Gallup in that lineup. That game, Cowboys versus Seahawks, is going to be an absolute barn burner. You just want any type of player in that, or any part of that game you can. And Gallup is definitely going to have a huge role putting up points for the Cowboys, who are going to have to compete with
I go with the Gallup side as well. Yeah. I think Allen Lazard, the Saints have just been super stingy against receivers. Like, I don't want to play anyone unless it's Devontae Adams for the Packers.
Yeah, agreed. And Anthony Miller, yes, he's got a good matchup against the Falcons.
It's 0 targets last week.
Yeah.
Or 0 catches, something like that.
Yeah. Who is most likely to boom this week and who is the bust? So my boom, this is going to sound super homerish again, but CeeDee Lamb against the Falcons, you mentioned in your start sit show. Sorry. Bush didn't even catch that, but
I did. I got a trade offer in my mentions right now.
Oh, okay. But yeah, talking about CeeDee Lamb this week against the Seattle Seahawks. Well, they actually lost their slot corner last week due to injury. Marquise Blair went down. CeeDee Lamb is going to have an absolute nobody trying to guard him in the slot in a game that's going to put up a ton of points. I would not be shocked, again, this may sound bold, if CeeDee Lamb is a top 10 receiver this week, for the record. I mean, 6 for 106 last week on 9 targets. It should be a similar game flow type of game. Fire him in your lineup. And talking about a bust, let me just check who I'm lower on than consensus real quick.
I'll be back in a sec. My dog is like not stop barking.
Talking about a bust, I actually have. Give me a second. Sorry. For the record, a guy like Stephon Diggs, for example, he's looked really good to start the season. I don't think he's going to perform as a top 10 receiver this week because, again, he's going to be shadowed by Jalen Ramsey. So if you're talking about a potential bust, you expect him to finish in the top 10. I have him currently as my wide receiver 24 on the week because of that matchup. So just tone your expectations down for a guy like Stephon Diggs this week, in my opinion. Part says playing CeeDee Lamb over Marquise Brown. Thoughts? They're close in my rankings. I currently have CeeDee at 17 and Marquise Brown at 21, I believe. So I prefer Lamb, but again, if you can get both those guys into your lineup, if you can, go for it, because I think both can definitely provide you a good amount of value this week. Flex Devontae Parker or Robbie Anderson, pretty close for me. I would actually go with Devontae Parker. Personally, again, Robbie Anderson and the Carolina Panthers are going up against who are they playing against? They're playing against. Wait, who are the fucking?
What, Panthers?
Chargers. That's it. I completely forgot for a second. Yeah, because Josh Kelly. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's going to be a tough matchup regardless for any of the Chargers corners he matched up on. Regardless.
I mean, Harris is the only one playing well. Hayward's been bad to start the season.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. So Hayward's playing well. How's King been?
King's benched.
King's not getting any PT right now.
They're playing Harris as nickel, and they're playing Michael Davis on the outside, and that's who Robbie Anderson's matched up against.
So who would you go here between Parker and Anderson?
I'd go with Parker, but I think Robbie Anderson's a good play as well.
Damn, that's crazy that King's bench.
I know. I don't know why. Like Desmond King had like an All-Pro season like 2 years ago. That's
insane. But yeah. Jasicki or Goddard, half-point PPR. Sorry, Goddard last week and Jasicki went off. I would go with Jasicki against the Jaguars personally. It's a tough one. Again, you got the Eagles facing against the Bengals, so it is a good matchup too. But as crazy as this sounds, I'm going to trust Fitzpatrick right now instead of what I've been seeing from Carson Wentz.
I think I'd go with Gesicki. I think I'd go with Gesicki as well.
Yeah. So one flex, Parker, Gibson, full PPR. Parker. I would go with that. I would go with Gibson.
In a full PPR, I'd go with Parker.
Sure. I don't know. I think Gibson's going to receive about 18 to 20 touches this week against the Browns.
He probably will, but I doubt he's going to get like more than 4 or 5 targets.
That's fair. I don't know. That one's a toss-up. I would personally go Gibson. I think he can give you a safer floor, in my opinion. Should I start Keelan Cole or Robert Woods this week? Go Robert Woods. I think starting Keelan Cole over Robert Woods would be too cute. What are your thoughts? Cabello says John Brown or Robbie Anderson. That one's close for me. Given that you just mentioned he's going to be matching up against Michael Davis, give me Robbie Anderson there.
Yeah, but it's close because John Brown has a good matchup as well. Given that Diggs is on Ramsey.
Yeah,
right. I think John Brown has a good matchup this week, and I think he's going to be a good DFS play because of that. Because they teams just don't throw at Jalen Ramsey, so that you got to imagine John Brown's probably going to get some targets.
That's definitely fair. So we'll go actually straight to the super chat. We'll get back to your other questions as well. We're just going to acknowledge the super chat first. Thank you to Chander. Sorry, my bad. Appreciate that $5 super chat. So to answer your question, you say Standard League, Parker tonight, or Mike Davis at Sunday, I believe.
At San Diego.
San Diego. Oh, okay, at San Diego. I had Devontae Adams, but I had to bench Adams because he's questionable for Sunday night and can't risk it. Definitely agree there. I would wait on Adams to kind of see the status there. But between Parker and Mike Davis, give me Parker personally. Even though I do like Mike Davis's ultimate outlook through the stretch between the 4 to 6 weeks that Christian McCaffrey's going to be out. I just think that Parker's going to ultimately receive enough volume to give you a really good flex option there. So give me Parker.
Yeah. I'm thinking. I wonder, Chandler, do you have anyone that you can start in case Adams isn't going? Do you have anyone going on can you pick up Demarcus Robinson off waivers or something? Because if Sammy Watkins is out, then you'll be able to start Demarcus Robinson if Devontae Adams is out. Because I think Devontae Adams is too like if he plays, he's just too good not to not to start. Right? Like even if he's limited, I want to start Devontae Adams.
Fully agree there. So definitely like view your options, especially on the waiver wire. Monitor that situation in case you're without Adams for Sunday night. But between Parker tonight and Mike Davis, yeah, I would go with Parker. I'm assuming you're the same. So,
yeah, I would go with Parker.
So we left off at Corello. By the way, I appreciate that super chat, $5 super chat from you, Chander.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Jasper says, what are your thoughts on Kenny Galladay? He should be fine this week. Again, I'm kind of nervous because, again, he was going with a hamstring, and I always know whenever people are returning from hamstring injuries, it does kind of hinder them.
Limited allotment of snaps.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of concerned of. Not to mention he is going against Arizona, so he should be facing some shadow coverage from Patrick Peterson. So I would temper my expectations. If I have to start him, I definitely it's not like I'm just going to must avoid him and not put him in my lineup, but I would just monitor the situation right now. I would view him more so as like a low.
I have him at 25.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say about a low end wide receiver.
I have him ahead of guys like Robert Woods, Tyler Boyd, but I would start a guy like CeeDee Lamb, Deontay Johnson, Marquise Brown over Kenny Galladay if I have those kind of guys.
Definitely agree there. So we'll get to Tyler. So with that being said, Freeman and Hurst for Gesicki and Akers is probably a for sure accept. So looking at Devontae Freeman and Hurst, I would do that. I would do that.
I think it's kind of a lateral move at tight end, and then Freeman and Akers. I mean, I as of right now, they're both kind of useless in my opinion. Because Akers being hurt and Freeman being in he just got to the team. He doesn't know that they're not gonna hand him 25 carries this game. So
yeah,
I'd imagine by the time Freeman is a startable fantasy asset, that Akers is probably back.
Agree there. What about between McKinnon and Marvin Jones, half point PPR? Give me Jerick McKinnon there. It's not close for me. Again, you know how high I am on Jerick this week. I think that's going to be a pretty easy one for me.
I have Marvin Jones, my wide receiver 26, dude. That's how high I am on Jones this week.
Where do I currently have him?
Oh man, I think I would start Jerick McKinnon, but it's really close.
I have Marvin. I only have him at 34 right now, but I'm going to fully update it because I kind of just made sure I got the Thursday night guys filled in. But Avery says, here, go for it. Avery says again, my wide receiver lineup will be Godwin, Woods, Deontay for this week. Tark, Slayton, Cup on the bench. So I would go Cup over Woods personally because he's going to be shadowed by.
I would start Slayton over Woods too.
Yeah. Well, would you start Slayton over Cup?
No, but I would start Slayton over Woods. And I actually have Slayton rated higher than Deontay too.
I have Deontay rated higher than him. I have Deontay at 18 right now.
I have Slayton at 20 and Deontay at 23.
Yeah. Deontay's at 18, and if anything happens to Juju as well, because Juju's questionable for that game, that's a good point.
The reason I have Deontay lower is because Bradley Roby is supposed to shadow him. And Bradley, that doesn't sound that scary, but Bradley Roby shut down Tyreek Hill in week 1, and he also shut down who did they play last week?
Texas Ravens.
Yeah, he shut down Hollywood Brown last week.
Yeah. Fair.
And I don't know, just Deontay. I don't think Deontay is a smash play this week.
I still like him, but how strong of a performance do you think Colson will have tonight? Touchdown or not? I think touchdowns are kind of hard to kind of predict. If he does score, he could have a decently productive day. But in terms of
a guy for them, especially with Chark not there, I could see him getting a touchdown. But I have a feeling if he gets a touchdown, it'll save his game.
Yeah, in terms of actual volume, he should be shadowed by Xavier Howard. Depending on how the Dolphins actually utilize him.
I don't think they're going to use him as a shadow, but he will just see his side of the field more often than not, if I had to guess.
Yeah, so I don't trust Cole, but if you have Chenault, if you can get Chenault instead, I really like Chenault's outlook. I have him as my wide receiver 30 or 31 this week, so definitely like Chenault if you can get him instead of Cole personally. Yeah. Adam says, half point PPR, how would you rank Visca, Mike Davis, Josh Kelly? So I would go with Josh Kelly first for me. That's half point.
I still have Visca at 1.
Yeah. I'd go Josh Kelly, Visca, Mike Davis, and half point. I just think Josh Kelly's going to receive 20 touches yet again because
I'm sure he very well could. I'm just going with the upside of Visca. I think Visca has a good ass game today.
But at the same time,
Josh Kelly throw the ball.
I know, but against the Panthers is kind of how I'm viewing it.
I know. Josh Kelly has a great matchup too, but I don't know. I have a feeling the fact that they got the Chargers rushed the ball 43 times last week. They're not going to run the ball that much again. I know that the matchup is really good, but they're probably going to run the ball 35 times, 32 times or something like that. which means Kelly's probably going to get like 12 to 13 carries or 12 to 15 carries.
Well, we'll see. I'll personally go Kelly then Bisca. You got Bisca then Kelly. So, and they're pretty much a toss up there regardless.
Yeah.
Woods with Keenan Allen with Herb in this week. Oh, Herbert. Sorry, I was completely off. Give me Keenan Allen. I don't like Woods' matchup at all this week.
Yeah, I would go with Keenan Allen as well.
Connor says pick 2: Darrell Henderson, Marvin Jones, Preston Williams, Miles Gaskin, Mike Davis, Tyler Boyd. Give me Boyd
Jones. Boyd.
Yeah, pretty easily. Cole or Woods. Again, I think it's too cute starting Cole over Woods. Give me Robert Woods there.
Yeah, me too.
Tyler says I thought King was playing a little bit at safety, helping to replace Derwin.
I'll check actually. I'm kind of curious to know that.
Could definitely be the case there. Check the snaps there on PFF. Eagles, Titans, or Washington defense. So you got Eagles against the Bengals, Titans. Who the Titans play again? Minnesota, and Washington plays the Browns.
He's right. He was playing safety.
Yeah, give me the Titans there personally against the Vikings. The Vikings have not looked good whatsoever, and I still trust the Titans defense the most out of those options. So yeah, give me the Titans. You're same or no?
Eagles, Titans, or Washington. I'm gonna go with Washington there. I think Washington's defense, the front plus Baker Mayfield's is prone to mistakes, but Washington's defense ranks number 1 in the NFL in DVOA right now.
Yeah, because dude, they had 8 sacks week 1. I believe what they have last week, 4 or 5.
Yeah, they're just getting pressure, and I think with Baker Mayfield, when he's under pressure, he tends to make bad decisions. So I could see them getting a couple picks. Maybe they take one of the house or something.
Chase Young's been one of the best defensive players in the league thus far. Like he's been fantastic in the first 2 weeks of the season. But Lamb or Boyd, full PPR. Give me CeeDee Lamb. I do think he's going to be a top 20 receiver at the minimum this week. And as I mentioned, I do think he has top 10 wide receiver upside given the matchup against Seattle.
Yeah, the only thing I worry about with Lamb is that, Gallup was down last week. Maybe Lamb's down this week. I could just see that kind of bullshit happening. I think Tyler Boyd is going to have a good week no matter what this week because AJ Green is going to be on. Who do they play again? I don't even remember.
Let me just check real quick. I actually forget off the top of my head.
It's a shadow corner.
Philly. Slay.
Yeah, Darius Slay is going to be on AJ Green, so I think Boyd is going to have a good game. So if you just need a floor play, I would go with Tyler Boyd. But if you're looking for a high upside game, then probably play CeeDee Lamb because they're pretty close.
All right. Amit says Watson or Minshew. I actually have
Minshew
one spot ahead of Watson. I have Minshew one spot ahead of Watson this week. So.
I have Minshew at quarterback 9 this week, and even with Chark out, I don't care. I think Minshew's just going to do well this week, and then I have Watson at quarterback 17.
I actually have. Let me check here. I have Minshew at 10. Sorry, and no, I dropped Watson. I have Minshew at 10. Watson at 15. So yeah, give me Minshew there. Steak and asparagus or meatloaf tonight. Oh, you always
talking to the guy behind you. I don't know. Maybe he's talking to me because I was eating. I don't know. I had lasagna.
Fair. Sorry if you answered already, but
fair.
Fire up biscuit. Yep, I like firing up biscuit tonight all day at Topsy. Chandler says no, I don't. Yeah, I could pick up Robinson. Yeah, in worst case scenario, if Adams doesn't play, I don't mind the outlook of Robinson if Watkins is ruled out. So
yeah, but that one you'd have to follow the Watkins situation close as well because. For sure. Because they play on Monday night, you probably won't know until maybe Sunday morning, maybe Saturday night, if Watkins is going to play or not. And then there's also a chance if he's questionable, then I would probably make other plans because then you have no idea if he's going to play or not. But if they come out and say he's already out or he's doubtful or something, then you're probably good to pick up Robinson.
Agreed there. So now we got Ahmed again says, "What's your prediction on mixing performance this week?" He has not been playing good for Mixon. Sorry. He hasn't been playing good for me the past 2 weeks. So he's going against a tough Eagles front. I would temper my expectations on him. I currently believe I have him as a mid RB2 this week at about RB17. So I mean, I would just temper your expectations until we see better from him. To me, he's just a normal RB2 personally.
I'm gonna be buying him low if he has another bad game.
Yeah, agreed there. Okay, thanks, guys. No problem, Chander. Appreciate, again, that $5 super chat that you left. Helps us a lot. Courtney said, everyone watching should leave a like. Do it now. Yep. I mean, if you're watching this, that also supports us a lot. If you guys can leave likes. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Again, daily fantasy content, so make sure you're tuning in. So, Dosh says, Keelan Cole or Chenault tonight, full PPR. Again, I'm going to go with Chenault. So, Underdog. Solid response. Chandler's question. The Robinson safety net is clever. Might even find Harmon on wire in some
Yeah,
leagues.
that's the reason I gave that response is because that's literally what I did because I had Shark in my flex spot this week and I saw that Watkins missed practice and I went and checked my waiver wire and I grabbed Hardman who was on the waiver wire, but Robinson was there as well. And I have a backup plan though. I don't know if Chandler had a backup plan, but I have a backup plan because I have J.K. Dobbins playing on Monday as well that I can flex in if I need to. But yeah, I think you're able to grab either Hardman or Robinson if you're in a pinch on Monday night. If Watkins is out, I think either one is fine play.
Agreed there. Corey Davis, Devontae Parker, flex full PPR. It's tough to go against Davis because of how he's playing, but I'm still going to go with Devontae Parker. I do think if he's playing in this game, he's ultimately going to show why he's the wide receiver one there ultimately for the Dolphins. Again, when he's been fully healthy this year, we saw first half against the Patriots, 4 for 47. Last week, a nice little bounce back there and caught a touchdown. I do think this week, ultimately against the Jaguars, he could have a really good fantasy day. So,
yeah, I have him pretty significantly apart. That seemed like a tough question to me at first, but then I realized I have Parker at 21 and Corey Davis at 36. So,
yeah, it's crazy because I still like Davis. Like
I do too. Like I have guys like I have Jerry Jeudy, Laviska Shenault, Deshaun Jackson, T.Y. Hilton, Robbie Anderson in front of Corey Davis. Like I mean, like there's a lot of depth this week at receiver.
Yep, fully agreed. So Joshua says, where can I find your weekly rankings? So we currently have them on our website, Draft Guide website, available on thefantasystockexchange.com. So you can check it out over there. I can leave a link in the YouTube comments as well. Anything you want to touch up on while I'm grabbing the link, Corey?
Yeah, click the next question here. I can tackle that.
Sorry. I'll go for that. But yeah, we do have them on our Draft Guide here, Jaskin.
All right. So with David Johnson facing the Steelers defense, would you consider starting Myles Gaskin over against the Jags over DJ? No, I don't think you can do that. I like Myles Gaskin this week, but David Johnson, if he plays, he is going to play, but like he's just going to probably catch like 5 or 6 balls and buoy his fantasy offer. Like his game's probably going to be fine just because the receiving volume that he gets, especially if Fuller is out again. I think Fuller's supposed to play, but if Fuller's out again, like David Johnson's gets enough work in the receiving game that the Steelers' run defense probably won't completely kill him. And we saw Melvin Gordon actually had a decent game against the Steelers' defense last week. So
agreed there. So since you guys have a website with the weekly rankings, yeah, I actually commented in the comment section on YouTube. If you scroll down to the bottom there, about a few comments ago, you can see I linked it. So it's at thefantasystockexchange.com. Click that in.
We don't do standard rankings just for what it's worth. So just go off the half PPR and PPR ones. Yeah,
I mean, if you play in a standard, just kind of use the half PPR. They're going to be pretty similar in that regard, anyways. But yeah, who should I start in my flex? Gaskin, Henderson, or Gibson? That's pretty easily Gibson for me. I'm assuming you're the same.
Yeah.
PJ Fleck. The beard or the stash tonight. I have Minshew Mania -3.5. It's going to be a tough game. It's in Jacksonville.
Minshew at -3 too. So
yeah, I do think I would go with Minshew at -3 there. So Minshew or Matty Ice. I have Matty Ice ranked higher right now. I believe I have Matty Ice at quarterback 7, Minshew at quarterback 10. So I would go with Matty Ice.
Yeah, I'd go with Matty Ice as well.
It says, oh, my question, I meant Mixon. Sorry, typo. All good. We just kind of picked up on that, so don't worry about that. Baltimore versus Chief protective over-under on points. Give me the over there. Give me the over. That Ravens-Chiefs game on Monday night is going to be a barn burner. So definitely give me the over. And if you can bet money line, give me the Ravens. And even at the -4 that they're favored right now, I would go with the Ravens over the Chiefs on Monday night. I'm assuming you're the same?
Yeah, I have the Ravens. A bet on the Ravens on Monday night.
Smart. Park says, thanks for answering my previous question. Anytime, by the way, would it be a bad move to have both Chubb and Kareem Hunt in the lineup? Yeah, my 2 best running backs in addition to McKinnon. Definitely not a bad move, but if you do have Kareem Hunt, try to sell high on him because he's currently a top 10 running back. And if you can get that type of value for him, for somebody that's just looking at the rankings, knows the name Kareem Hunt as a former top 5 guy for the Chiefs, you could probably fleece someone. So definitely see what type of name value you can get for Kareem Hunt given what he's been doing recently in the first 2 weeks. So, yeah. Leon says, do you take Kyler Murray or Patrick Mahomes for your fantasy this week? I actually have Kyler, I believe. I have Kyler at 4 and Patrick at 6. Again, Kyler against the Lions, Patrick against the Ravens. So I would go with Kyler Murray over Patrick Mahomes this week.
Yeah, I'm kind of secure. I'm just kind of surprised why you have both, but because
Yeah.
I'd probably be trying to sell one of them, to be honest, and I'd probably make it Mahomes, to be honest, because
Yeah.
I think you can get more for him.
Yeah, agreed. Gibson, Fournette, or Galladay in the locks flex spot PPR. Thanks. I would go with Gibson there personally.
Oh man, those guys are all kind of close for me. I would go with Gibson as well. I think Fournette's not going to see the volume that Gibson's going to see, and if he does, it's probably going to be harder to predict. And then Galladay, I want to see what his health is like, so I'd probably imagine I'd want to sit Galladay if I have an option like Gibson to start over him.
Agreed. So Jared says, "What are those guys cooking behind you, Danny? What are you guys cooking? Oh, you got the spaghetti, eh? Attaboy. Attaboy, but he's mucking. I like it. So Blake says, pick Diggs, Moore, Keenan Allen, half PPR. Out of those options, give me Moore and Allen. Again, we mentioned the shadow covers that Diggs should be facing from Jalen Ramsey. So in that case, in half PPR, give me Moore and Allen in that situation. You good with that?
Yeah, that's good.
But yeah, just going to show the comment on the screen. That is the website that we actually operate. It's our draft guide website. If you go on there, you can order the draft guide, whatever, for the season package. So you can check that out.
I opened it up.
Oh, you opened it up? Okay.
Yeah. So you just go to the tab that says rankings, and you'll see my rankings there and Danny's rankings, and you can just scroll over and hit half PPR, and then you'll be able to see them that way.
We usually get the current week's rankings up on Friday or Saturday. So if you have any Thursday night questions, again, we're going to be live streaming right before Thursday night, so ask them away then as well. But the official ranking should be up on the site every Friday, Saturday, depending on how.
I try and have mine up, to be honest, before I do the start sit one. So like mine should be up there by like Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah. The reason why I wait a little bit is just for like inactive news and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'll update them like throughout the week, but my initial ones will probably be up on Wednesday.
That's fair. Leon says, should the 49ers pick up Robertson? Who's Robertson?
I don't know.
I know. Leave in the comment section.
Yeah, I'm blanking.
Sorry, I'm blanking too. So sorry, Dallas Goedert and Mike Gesicki. So again, we mentioned Gesicki against the Rams versus Goddard against the Bengals. That one's a toss-up, but honestly, give me Gesicki against the Rams. We're mentioning that Jalen Ramsey is going to be shadowing against Stephon Diggs. We do expect John Brown to be able to produce. I just think there's going to be enough volume to go around for Gesicki to ultimately. Obviously, you're not going to expect an 8 for 130 and a touchdown again, but I do think you can see decent volume in that game.
Yep. Drew Brees or Justin Herbert, eh?
I have Herbert.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Drew Brees can only throw slants at this point in his career, and he has a receiver that can only run slants. And so, like, without them, it just doesn't work out. No, but seriously, I would easily start Justin Herbert over Drew Brees this week.
Ahmed says, thank you. No problem, Ahmed. Asking away. Jonathan Dunbar says, Keelan Cole, Robert Woods, Julio Jones.
Why is Julio Jones in that question?
Well, because he's banged up. He's hurt. So if Julio Jones is playing, first of all, you just have to play him. Mm-hmm. If he busts on you have to bite that bullet because his upside when he does play is just so high.
Especially in this game.
Yeah, and he's on the injury report legitimately every week anyway. So I would start Julio Jones there and Robert Woods over Keelan Cole there. Should I trade Melvin Gordon and Jamison Crowder for – I'm assuming that's Godwin and James Robinson? I would definitely make that trade. If you can get Godwin and James Robinson.
I would easily take that. The Godwin side of that, if that is Godwin and not Marquise Goodwin.
Hopefully it's not Marquise Goodwin. He opted out.
Yeah.
And then should I roll with Gesicki tonight over Kittle with the questionable tag? Can always throw Kittle in the flex on Sunday if he plays.
Yeah, I think the plan you got there is good. You could throw Kittle in.
Yeah, agreed there. Keep leaving the comments. Let's catch up to you. We're actually all caught up right now. Perfect.
Beautiful.
Yeah, dope. Where's my phone? That's right here. I gotta charge my phone after this too. I'm at 9%.
I think I'm lower than you. I think I'm at like 2%. Yeah.
Damn. Dude, wait, what? I got a fucking assignment due in a week. Nice. Oh, we got Jets may trade Patrick Line, eh?
Oh, that's really?
Crazy. Yeah, Montreal.
Yeah. I mean, you guys haven't had a scorer in like 5 years. It makes sense. Maybe the fucking Leafs should grab him, get more offensive talent, and then lose a playoff game in the first round.
We'll give him Domi a second and a third.
Yeah. Why Domi's better player than Patrick Laine, dude? Get out of here. Patrick Laine, all he can do is shoot.
Trash can juice says pick 2 full PPR. Gage, Green, Jones. Give me Gage and Jones. To be honest, the way Gage
give me Green and Jones.
I don't know, man. I don't think I could say Gage. Like he's had 21
I don't think.
targets.
I think he's gonna have a down week this week. I don't know why. It's kind of like a gut feeling. I think I'm gonna trust the volume of Green and Jones more.
Apparently, for
Volume
the
in their
record,
offense. I guess Gage is getting like volume in general, but like I think the Julio had a bad down game last week, and I don't think that's gonna happen again.
yeah. Apparently, no, Ahmed, I just noticed that down low. Patrick Laine didn't get traded. He's apparently on the trade block for the Jets. But the way Gage is being used, man, I can't sit him, man. Personally, I know the thing. I don't know.
I mean, dude, AJ Green had 13 targets. I know he looked like shit, but like
playing Slay though.
Huh?
He's playing against Slay.
I know.
But yeah, Daniel says, thanks, fellows. Anytime, Daniel. Keep leaving those comments, and we'll feel free to answer them for you guys. Minshew or Tannehill. I actually have Tannehill one spot
so
ahead
close.
of
I think with Chark being out, I think I would play Tannehill.
Yeah, I have Tannehill at 9 and Minshew at 10 this week. So, okay, there's Ahmed. Wait, Patrick Laine to get traded. No, not yet. Should I trade DJ Moore and Gibson for D Hop? I would keep Moore and Gibson personally.
That's kind of close, man.
I'm definitely
a little worried about DJ Moore. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about DJ Moore. I know he got 13 targets last week, but the offense just doesn't look that explosive. And fair. I have a feeling like DJ Moore is just not going to have the touchdown numbers that we want for him. And if he does have that, he's probably going to be kind of stuck in that wide receiver, like 12 to 15 range.
To me, it all kind of depends on what your depth is. If you can afford with losing a guy like Gibson from your depth, I don't mind making a play because Diop, I was wrong on him. I was
too. I think he's like a top.
He's going to be a top receiver this week.
Yeah,
or this year. Sorry, but yeah, it depends. Fully depends, in my opinion, Josh, on what your depth is looking.
To be fair, though, we weren't off of him as much as some people were. There were some people that had him like wide receiver 19 or something.
Yeah. I had him at 8, and that was just the concerns of moving teams because we saw what happened to Odell Beckham last year.
Yeah, I had him at like 7 or 8.
So Hopkins has been fucking phenomenal 2 weeks in. But Prathik, sorry, my bad. Says pick one half PPR: Visca, CD Lamb, Robert Woods. Give me CD Lamb now. Alma says, "Oh, LML, yeah, I got you." Tyler Flett says 5 years. Oh gosh. Relax. Go
hey,
boy in the
scoring isn't everything. The Leafs got 30 of them. And we can't win a playoff game or a playoff series.
Screw Leafs. Should I start Deshaun Jackson or Mike Gesicki? I would personally go with Gesicki there. I don't know. I mean, with Jalen Reagor banged up, it is kind of a toss-up, but I just don't trust Deshaun Jackson or this point.
I don't trust the fucking Eagles offense, man.
Yeah, me neither. So Ahmed says, I was born in Toronto, been a Leafs fan, but I'm just too tired of them.
Yeah, I feel that, dude. I feel that.
Yeah, that's why I'm a Habs fan.
But, we lost to a backup goalie, so that's not fun.
Yeah, we got a Bruins fan right across from me, so fuck you. But no, okay. Austin Hartley says full PPR. Yeah, I would still go with Gesicki over Jackson there personally, Austin.
That's so close though. I don't feel confident about that one.
Agreed. Chenault over Woods, or is that too crazy? That's not crazy. I mean,
it's not too crazy. I don't know if I have the nuts to do that, but
yeah. I mean, I would go with Woods, but I think I have Chenault at 31 right now and Woods at like 25. So if you do it, like, I wouldn't make much of a big deal about it.
It's not outrageous, but I don't think I have the balls to do it.
Agreed. I have Miles Sanders, Eckler, and C. Oh, if those are your 3 running backs, go for.
You're good. You're good for running backs.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, and I do this a lot too. Like, I don't like try to do this, but when you have like a weak spot on your team, you think that you need to like fix it. But when you have 3 running backs like that, they can make up for a lot of, like, if you have a weak wide receiver 2 or 3 or a weak tight end spot, or you don't have like a top 5 quarterback, like you're fine. Like when you have 3 running backs like that.
Like even like, for example, in that one league, my where I have Lamar, and then before I lost Christian McCaffrey, like I was still putting up points basically with those two just snapping in week 1. Obviously, this past week I kind of got screwed over because Lamar had a bad week and C-Mac went down. But
yeah. I have a league, my school league. It's a 10-team league, so it's a little bit shallower. But I have Dalvin Cook, Austin Eckler, and Miles Sanders in it as my top 3 running backs. Yeah, they let me do that. And I got Mike Evans and DJ Moore as my top 2 receivers too. Like my team is disgusting.
Yeah, they must be watching The Counselor.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dosh says I actually have Lamb and Chenault, which for full PPR, assuming
Yeah,
well with
definitely Lamb by a mile.
Yep. I have Lamb as a top 20 receiver this week, so fire
I
him
have
in.
a wide receiver like 24, but like he's still pretty high up.
Who should I start, Hilton or Parker?
Parker.
That one's really close for me. I'm going to go with Parker, but that's solely because we haven't seen.
I trust his quarterback more, to be honest. Yeah. That's why I'm going Parker. I don't trust Philip Rivers.
T.Y. Hilton's not played well these past 2 weeks, man.
Yes, not on top of the fact that Rivers hasn't played well either. So like that seems like a bad combination to me.
Okay with that. Tyler says Pittman catches 2 touchdowns this week. Book it. I'm all in with you, brother. We both love Michael Pittman a ton.
I still have him bashed in a couple leagues because I drafted him pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, I actually he got dropped. I'm in a rookie keeper league, so 2 regular players and a rookie player. He actually got dropped in that league, so I was able to just scoop him up for free. Potentially see what type of upside he has over these next few weeks, especially with Campbell hurt. And he got 91% of the offensive snaps last week for the Colts.
Yeah,
that's an insane number, and he looked good. I mean, 4 for 64 last week?
Yeah, he looked pretty good in that game. I think Pittman's definitely like a priority ad. I don't think you want to be starting him or anything, but like he could have a good game. If he has a good game, it wouldn't shock me.
Yeah, to me, he's definitely a stash. Who should I drop, Crowder or D Jackson? I would hold Crowder because I do think when he comes back, his role in the offense is really secure as the top volume option for the Jets. I know it's the Jets.
He's the Jarvis Landry of this team.
Yeah. I mean, we saw in week 1, 7 for 111 and a touchdown.
Yeah, like I still don't understand why Adam Gase is allowed to do some of the shit that he does. Like he made Jarvis Landry, he gave Jarvis Landry like 150 targets like in 2016 or 17 or whatever it was. And he was so inefficient on them, and they won like 6 games because that's what the Dolphins did under Adam Gase. It's like our number one option is a slot receiver that's going to get tackled as soon as he catches the ball.
Yeah, it sounds like Jason Witten. But talking about that though, man, if you want to look at how not to use an athletic marvel at tight end, look at what the freaking Jets did with Chris Herndon last week. That's how not to use line. That's just ridiculous, man. Like your whole receiving corps is hurt. Your starting running back and Le'Veon Bell is on IR. And you have an athletic marvel tight end in Chris Herndon. You give him 3-4 targets, and you have him mostly in line.
That was just gross.
It's just fire Adam Gase. Why is he even a thing? Like,
I gotta grab my remote real quick.
Go for it. But who's playing the Madden, eh?
No, I'm not playing Madden.
Oh. You're just going off in the comment section of the video right now.
No, I'm super unorganized today.
Yeah, I feel that. What time is it? So it's 7:52, so we'll probably go for about 20, 25 more minutes, give or take. Just keep yeah.
I'm checking over my it's still I still find it weird that a lot of my teams were unaffected by the huge injury shit that happened last week.
Screw you.
Chark is the first real big hit I've taken because I have him on 2 or 3 rosters, but I have McCaffrey in one league where I'm not rebuilding, but it's a dynasty league. I'm I don't think I was going to win because Scott's team is just too good.
Oh, that's a team in literally every league.
His team is disgusting. I don't know how the hell he got so good.
Yeah, I don't understand it either. But
he has 8 when everyone was healthy, his bench players were AJ Brown, Jerry Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb, all these elite young talented receivers were all on his bench because he had Julio, Michael Thomas, Devontae Adams as his starters. It was ridiculous.
That's sickening. So Daniel says, which running back would you pick this week? Montgomery, Johnson, McKinnon. I've got a good feeling about Jet. I actually have them ranked McKinnon, Montgomery, Johnson in that order. So
I have it. I have it Montgomery, Johnson, McKinnon, but I don't really blame you for starting McKinnon over Johnson given the matchup. I just have Johnson higher because I think his volume is safer. I think there's a chance for that Jeff Wilson gets a lot more volume than people are anticipating in that game.
That's fair. I think I'm starting Wentz over Josh Allen this week due to match. Don't do it. Don't do it.
No, please do not do that.
Awful. Who should I start at flex? Fuller, Pittman, Harry. So monitor the status on Fuller because obviously he's questionable for that game. But,
I don't know if he is though, man. I don't think he has a designation right now.
Really?
Here, I'm checking I have him on one of my Yahoo leagues. I'll check right now. Yeah, he literally doesn't have a designation right now. It says healthy.
Damn.
If he's healthy, then play him. Like definitely Fuller. But if he's not healthy, then I would play N'Keal Harry for sure.
Agreed. Chark and Brown injured. Yeah, I know Diego. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
I'll show you the injuries that I actually have.
I'm so sad that AJ Brown's hurt right now because I wanted to see the Chris Godwin breakout. Everyone who watched the breakouts video that I put up knows that I love AJ Brown. I wanted to see him go off, and he could still do that. I have a feeling he's going to get hampered a little bit this season.
Agreed. Thoughts on Robbie Anderson future performance? I definitely think he's going to come back to earth because he's just on a rampant pace. I mean, if he's the one,
he's going to have a good game this week. I think.
Yeah, I agreed this week, but temper your expectations. I think he can be a solid, high end wide receiver 3 for you for the rest of the season, but he's not going to be a top 10 receiver this year.
I don't know, man. He escaped Adam Gase. We got to remember that.
That's fair.
So he plays the Chargers this week, and he has a good matchup. He's going to have the best matchup on the field next week because Patrick Peterson's going to be on DJ Moore, and then he's going to have the best matchup on the field. Well, everyone has the best matchup on the field against the Falcons, which is the game after that. Then he plays the Bears, Then he doesn't have a bad matchup until they play the Saints in late October. He might be really good for a while. That's
fair. But yeah, we'll show you on the screen. Sorry about that. Almond says, if you start 0-4, do you have a chance of making the playoffs in an 8 team? I still think you have a chance of making the playoffs. You could probably sneak in as a 5 or 6 seed, and if your team's getting hot, you can end up taking down a couple higher seeds. But it's definitely a tough hill to climb back from. There's no doubt about that. But I definitely think you can come back from it.
Yeah.
Actually, it's happened before. There was a team in my one league.
A team in my league last year went undefeated after starting 0-4. After they were then they won the championship.
But to be fair, the year before that, I started 0-3 and I finished 10-3 and ended up getting the first seed. So it's definitely possible. Also, a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, the guy who ended up winning the championship started the season 2-6 and won every game after that.
Absolutely.
So, thoughts on Sample? Dropped Herndon for him today.
I did the same thing today.
Yeah, he looked like he was getting peppered, and same thing with Uzama when Uzama was in. So definitely.
I think Drew Sample and Jordan Akins are the 2 guys that I'm monitoring this week at tight end to see if they because Jordan Akins, man,
7 targets last week.
Yeah, and he had 85% of the snaps too, and that he had 81% in the first game. So he looks like he's the starting tight end there, and they don't really have any receivers right now. So it's. For what it's worth, he might have a decent target share.
Agreed. Hunter Henry or Waller have to
You don't say Darren Waller. Probably don't say Hunter Henry the way he's playing either. But I would float Hunter Henry out there in a trade because there's a chance he goes down with injury soon, and he's got pretty high value as of right now.
For the record, you want to hear something that's screwed up? The highest target market share of the tight end position is Darren Waller. Can you guess what he's actually at right now?
Target market share of his offense?
Oh yeah.
35%.
35.3% Darren Waller.
That was a good guess.
You know who's number 2 at tight end right now at 26.2%? The same as the wide receiver 1 in that offense?
Kelsey?
Logan Thomas. Same as Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense right now. And Washington, or Terry McLaurin, I believe, has 50% of the Washington passing yards so far, or passing output.
Yeah, so. I heard someone on a podcast today ripping on Jonnu Smith because he doesn't run a lot of routes and doesn't get that many targets. This sounds familiar. Sounds like Mark Andrews last year. Anytime Jonnu Smith has the ball, he scores a touch. He has 3 touchdowns in 2 games.
Yeah. But for the record, I mentioned it in the waiver wire show that I made this Tuesday. If Logan Thomas is on your waiver wire and people are just not paying attention to him, he is definitely a sneaky option given the amount of targets he's been able to garner in these past 2 weeks. 8 week 1, 9 last week. As soon as him and Haskins start hooking up on a more consistent basis, Logan Thomas could be this year's Darren Waller because he's got the athletic ability.
Yeah, he's been solid. He didn't really have that great of a game the way he played last week, but he still had 9 targets. So
yeah. Hurst or Waller, tough matchup, I assume. Again,
I know Bill Belichick's going to key in on Darren Waller because the narrative is that Bill Belichick always takes away your number 1 weapon or whatever. But, I still think Darren Waller is going to get enough targets to be fine.
Gallup or Visca half PPR. I think I have them back-to-back in my rankings right now. Man. I think I have Gallup at 29 and Visca at 30 right now. So I'd personally go Gallup just because I have him 1 spot higher. But You can't go wrong there. If you want to play with a safer option, because I do think Visca is safer, you can go with that. But man, if this is a Gallup week, he has 150.
Yeah, like he could have a 2-touchdown, 150-yard game based on the scoring that's going to be in this game. Like I have Gallup at 29 as well, and I have Visca at 34. So I would lean Gallup there.
Agreed. Minshew or Big Ben? I think I have Minshew at 10 and Big Ben at 12. So I would go personally slightly Minshew. Sorry, not mixing.
I think I would go Big Ben. I have him back to back in my rankings, but I haven't really updated this since the Chark news came out. So I think I would lean Big Ben. So I'm gonna move Minshew down the spot here.
So Colin says, do you all have a trading guide video? Thanks again, guys. We have a couple actual like advice videos on the channel. So again, fantasy football draft tips. I know we have that.
I think he means like a trade target video.
Oh, if we have a trade target video, yes, we actually release it on every Thursday. Mikey goes in, talks about his favorite buy low targets, so make sure you definitely go tune in for that. But in terms of an actual guide,
those ones too, they're kind of you could probably go back and watch week 1's trade target video as well as this past week's, and then probably like the information would probably apply across the board, just because they're based a lot on like the starts that people's had to the season, right? And a lot of them kind of have been similar over the first 2 weeks.
Definitely agree there. Diego says, what do you guys think of this trade? Traded Allen Robinson and Jerick McKinnon, received Chris Godwin and Nikhil.
Chris Godwin is way safer than Allen. Allen Robinson's making me scared, man. If he doesn't have a good week this week, he's making me a little nervous.
Yeah.
I think so safe, man. Like, I don't think there's any chance of Chris Godwin, like, unless he gets hurt, obviously. But like, they couldn't catch a fucking cold out there, man. Like, last week, Brady trusts Godwin, and Godwin doesn't drop the ball. So I think he's going to get peppered this week.
For the record, though, if you do have Allen Robinson, make sure you put him in your lineup this week because he's going to absolutely shred.
If he does not, then I'm worried.
And I'm scared. If A-Rob does not smash against the Falcons, now I am fucking panicking. Because, this is the smash matchup.
Smashes against the Falcons.
I could probably smash against the fucking Falcons. Is that freaking DeMarcus Walker, the defensive lineman in his profile pic? Is that it? I
don't know. I'm not a big Knowles guy.
I just remember because I'm a Michigan fan. We actually played Florida State in what bowl was it? We played them in a bowl game a few years ago. I just remember DeMarcus Walker was like a stud edge rusher back then when they had Dalvin Cook too on that team. But anyways, let me get into your question. Back then, cornerback?
Yeah. Was it Jameis?
Oh, no, that was a year after Jameis, I believe.
Oh, true.
That was when they had, what's his face? A mobile guy. He ended up transferring this year. I forget his name. Fuck, I forget. Anyways, quarterback Kyler, Mixon, Fournette, Thomas Hopkins. Was thinking of upgrading my running backs. Yeah, I would definitely try to upgrade from Fournette because I just don't think
if Leonard Fournette's your RB3 or your RB4, I think you're like in good shape because I still think, like, to be honest, I don't know what's going to happen with that backfield. It could be a situation where none of them are the guy unless an injury happens. Like, it could be like Rojo comes in for a series, Fournette comes in the next series. Like, it could be a mess the whole season. I wouldn't be shocked if it was.
Yeah, I agree there. I need Kittle and Thomas back soon. 0-2 right now. I feel you. I actually just traded Kittle for the record. I got Julio in that deal. And, of course, now as soon as I get Julio, he's back.
Who knew that when we were preaching RBs early, it was because all the great wide receivers and tight ends would get hurt.
Yeah.
To be fair, 2 of the best running backs got hurt too. So,
Andrew says Deontay Johnson, Robert Woods, and Deontay. I also have Deontay rated higher than Woods this week.
I have Deontay higher too.
Bruin says, of course, Bruin. I hope you're not a Bruins fan, but yeah, no, you definitely are. But pick 2 non-PPR: James Robinson, Gurley, Montgomery, Davis, Henderson. That would be Robinson and Montgomery pretty easily for me there.
In standard, dude, Todd Gurley doesn't like
against Chicago.
Yeah, it's
I would start Robinson.
Yeah, I'd go Robinson and Montgomery.
Is Devontae Parker worth picking up?
He's on your waiver wire.
I would definitely have him over Marvin Jones. I don't want to drop either of those 2 receivers. It could be an 8 to 10 team league. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, yeah.
But, I would take Parker.
I'd rather have Devontae Parker than Marvin Jones for sure.
Yeah, agree there. Seminole Blake says yes. Knew that right off the bat. But Chris Cross says, pick 2 PPR, OBJ, Galladay, Woods, Robinson, Gallup.
Is that your name? Because that's a sick name if it is.
That's unreal. Allen Robinson is a lock in your lineup, in my opinion, against the Falcons. Again, I mentioned if he doesn't produce, I'm scared.
OBJ's got to be a lock this week too, I think, against Washington. Yeah. Washington's like the definition of a run funnel, right? Or a pass funnel defense right now. You can't run on them right now.
Agreed. Yeah, he was. I knew that. DeAndre Francois, oh my God, yes, that's who it was. Gosh. Well, Louis says, thoughts on Deontay Johnson versus Russell Gage.
Deontay, not even close.
Yeah. If Julio misses, then it's a conversation for me. But with Julio expected to play, give me Deontay Johnson there.
Yeah.
DeAndre Francois, yeah, they're all saying it now. Roethlisberger, Stafford.
Oh, that's not even close, Roethlisberger.
I have Roethlisberger one spot higher, so give me Roethlisberger.
Yeah, Roethlisberger's my quarterback 9. And Stafford's like
13, 14?
14.
I have my 13 right now. Will Zach Moss step up for Bill? I actually don't think he's playing this week for the record. He hurt his toe, I believe, this week. Thumb? Something obscure like that. But I don't think he's playing this week, so a little thing there. Let's get actually right to the super chat. I just noticed that. Greg, appreciate that $2 super chat. We'll get right into your question. So should I start Chenault since CJ Chark is on IR? I'd actually need to learn a little bit. He's not on IR. He's hurt for this week. He's not actually on IR.
But, I would start Chenault, but it's going to depend who you have as your other options, obviously.
I need a little more context in terms of scoring format.
Also,
types of options that you have in place, like Chenault versus this guy and stuff like that. But we'll definitely get right to that question if you can add that. But should I start Chenault just in general? I do think he is a valuable start. I do have him as my wide receiver 31 this week. So he's definitely a flex-worthy play in my opinion.
I thought it was like wide receiver 20. I saw them tweet that out. I was like, holy crap.
Damn.
This was before Chark got hurt.
Yeah, that's too high. Like,
what do they know that I don't?
But yes, Greg, leave the scoring format and the other options you have, and we can get right to that for you as well. So we'll get right to Manu as well. Manu says, Fant or Hurst this weekend? Give me Fant.
Even though it should be a pretty high scoring game with the Bears and the Falcons, I think I would go with Fant just because the weakest point of our defense, the Buccaneers defense, is is against tight ends. Maybe not so much anymore with Winfield being an absolute lockdown defender, but if they get him a mismatch on Devin White or Jordan Whitehead, like those two guys aren't coverage is not their strong suits. So I think Fant should have a pretty solid game.
No. Okay, Ryan. I don't know what that's in reference to, but okay. Ben Noodleman says LaVisca or Jonnu half PPR. Oh, that one's a top and a non.
That's really close. I think I would go with LaVisca Chenault.
I would go with Visca, but man, who are you starting at tight end over Jonnu is what I'm actually concerned about.
Andrews or something.
Yeah, okay, that's fair then. Yeah, I would go with Visca, but it's really close personally. Would you start Chenault? I would start Devontae Parker over both of them, with Chenault being over.
Yeah, I would go Parker, Chenault, Fitzgerald.
Yeah, agreed there.
Pretty huge drop off after Chenault too.
Joe Mama, will AJ Green turn it up soon? I don't think I even know what he can turn it up to at this point. I mean, 13 targets and you can only produce 3 catches on that from Joe Burrow targets.
Yeah, and 4 of those that he didn't catch hit him right in the hands.
Yeah, he's looked washed to me in my opinion. Mosh says, yeah, he's in my league. Michael Mosha says, Moss hurt his toe, doubt he played, didn't practice today. Singletary buddy. Yeah, he's a Bills fan for the record, so he's got the little insider scoop there for you all. Yeah. Jay Spina says, who should I start? Chenault, Green, or Michael Thomas? Well, first of all, I'm not starting Michael Thomas with his high ankle sprain, even if he is active. Personally, I just don't trust that situation.
Really, yeah? If he plays, you're not starting him over a guy like AJ Green? I guess you're not going to know that because he played.
I would start Visca over him even if he plays, is the thing.
Plus, yeah, Thomas playing Sunday night, you're probably not going to know before AJ Green and LaVisca Chenault LaVisca Chenault obviously plays tonight, but AJ Green at 1 p.m. or whatever he plays. Hopefully you'll know if Thomas is playing or not, but I don't think you will be able to.
So Ben says Kittle. Okay, yeah, that definitely makes sense. I would personally go with Visca over Jonnu slightly, like a coin flip type of slightly. But Jay Spina says,
wait, you said Kittle. I would actually, never mind. I was going to say I would put Jonnu in your tight end slot and then flex Kittle if he's playing, but then you can't start Visca, so never mind.
Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, we actually answered your question here, Jay Spina. So, either way, I'm not playing Thomas a week. I don't trust him coming off that high ankle sprain because we've seen what's happened to running backs. And yes, he could just run a slant and get a ton of volume that way, but he's still going to be going against Jair Alexander. So definitely see what happens there. But I would just start Visca. I think he's a much safer option this week. Spicy hot taco. I like your profile pick as well. Cole Senior tonight, full PPR. Depends what your other options are personally. Again, he should have a pretty safe floor given usage, but he's still going to be going up against a guy like Xavier Howard. So definitely want to know what your other options are there. Cody says, do you think Dalvin Cook will have a good game this week? Against the Titans, it could be tough to think. I think I have him as my RB6 this week, given that, I mean, the Vikings have looked absolutely atrocious in the passing game. Kirk Cousins has fell off a cliff basically between years, losing Stefanski.
I think they'll bounce back a little bit this week. I don't know. I don't think they're going to be as bad as they were the past 2 weeks.
Yeah. I'll go. Like I do like Dalvin Cook this week though. I think I was my RB6. So,
yeah.
Robert Smith. So everyone dump screen. He goes off this week. Hey, you never know. It could happen. I mean, he's gonna get 13 targets every single week. Then maybe he's good enough to get 8 catches one game instead of freaking getting limited to 3. But I think I can go up there and catch 5 passes on 13 targets. Like, no, probably not, but still, he looked terrible last week.
I could go out there and maybe catch 1, but I might get my head taken off as soon as I catch the 1 pass.
Dude, I got strong hands, magnets. But yeah, you guys better not clip that. But we're not big enough for them to clip it.
Yeah.
Notorious, a little shout out here, Notorious Fantasy.
Fantasy advice?
Yeah. He wants to hear from the boys from Canada. But yeah, David Montgomery.
CD Lamb on there.
Yeah, you got to put CD Lamb in your lineup, eh?
Yeah. I think David Montgomery and probably James Robinson, David Montgomery is who I'm thinking there.
To me, it depends on format. If it's a full PPR, I'm starting Deontay Johnson with David Montgomery. If it's a half or a standard, I'm going with Montgomery and Robinson. So
yeah, I think that's about fair.
Ben says, thanks, boys. Anytime, Ben. I do also notice that you have the Stanley Cup there in your profile pic. A little quick shout out to Canada. But Dan Kim.
We haven't won it in a while, so I don't know if that's a shout out to Canada.
Yeah, fair. Full PPR, pick 1 for flex. Carson, McLaurin, Diggs, Evans.
Jeez, wow, your flex options?
Flex. To me, it's
I don't even know how to choose between that.
To me, it's McLaurin, man.
To me, it's Evans.
It's close.
I like Carson, McLaurin, and Evans. The only guy I don't like on there is Diggs because he has Ramsey.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I would personally go McLaurin. I think he's going to go off.
I think Carson's a really good start too.
I don't know, man. Dallas's run defense looked decent last week. Week 1, it looked
high scoring game though. He could get in the end zone twice because it's such a high scoring game.
They also played against Todd Gurley, so you can take that for what you will.
Yeah, the run defense looked good. Todd Gurley I could be playing nose tackle and stop Todd Gurley.
Yeah, he can't make anyone miss. If Kittle does play this week, should I play him or Jonnu? If he plays, I don't sit Kittle, plain and simple. Yeah. Personally. So hopefully that helps you out. Parker tonight, standard. Need help quick. Yeah, I'm fine with it. Yeah, go for it. Spicy hot taco again, the boy. Other options are John Brown, Brandon Cooks, and Ruggs. All are limited or not practicing.
Keelan Cole was the guy you asked about.
I would go with all of those guys over Keelan Cole personally.
Yeah, I think the guy I like most there is John Brown because
I like Brandon Cooks.
I like Cooks too, but against the Steelers defense, there's a chance that Watson's just under so much pressure and like the offense is just completely anemic. I think John Brown has the best matchup on the field, as I mentioned, with Diggs being shadowed by Ramsey. I think John Brown gets a lot of the targets that Diggs would normally see. And for the record, if Stephon Diggs gets like 12 targets again with Ramsey in coverage, like I might be like paying up like heavily to get Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, agreed. Tyler says, loving the jerseys. Bush got a nice looking collection going. Got any more? Do you have any more?
Yeah, I got a couple more. I got in terms of football jerseys, I have a Cam Chancellor one that used to be up here. I have what's the other one that I have? I can't even remember, but I have a couple baseball jerseys as well. I got a Jackie Robinson Brooklyn Dodgers jersey, a couple hockey jerseys as well. No, I'm looking to get. I need to get 2 more jerseys for sure. I need to get a Tom Brady jersey just because I have to. I want to get the all pewter one, like the uniforms that the Bucks are going to be wearing this week, or the like all gray, like pewter color ones. And then I want to get a Ruggs jersey just because he's my guy.
For sure. Moore, McKinnon, Robinson, Kelly, half PPR. Give me the first 2, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Pretty close with Robinson in that mix, but I would still go with the first 2. Appreciate boys. Definitely
Actually, I don't know, dude. I think I'd go with Moore over Robinson over McKinnon.
Wow, I wouldn't, but appreciate it, boys. Definitely subbing. Appreciate you for subbing, Spicy Hot Taco. Definitely looking forward to seeing you in the comment section of videos as well.
Also, if you guys got any questions answered, hit the button that looks like that.
Yep. But yeah, love seeing you guys again. Make sure when we're leaving those videos, daily content, you comment on those videos. We get to know you guys really fast that way as well. So
yeah, and we've got a little contest brewing between a couple of the guys here. So if you see a guy named Skater commenting first, make sure you try and get there ahead of him because he's getting a little cocky.
Yeah, he's on it, on it. We got Skater, we got the boy Crockham on. We got a bunch of OGs on the channel now. So make sure you enter that list of guys because we know you guys basically off by heart at this point. And make sure, for the record, we get to know you guys a lot more. Join the Discord. We interact with you guys every single day in the Discord. Again, we have these live streams, but once we're not live, you have any start-sit questions, you have any trade advice questions, we are in there helping you guys out. Want you guys to win your fantasy league, so make sure you go check that out. But yeah, appreciate the sub, though, Spicy Hot Taco. So Justin says, do you think Robert Woods or Michael Gallup have productive fantasy performances? There's only 2 players on my team I'm a little worried about.
I'd be a little worried about Woods.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about Woods because of the matchup against Jalen Ramsey. But and with Michael Gallup, the problem that I've had is because his targets have been so low. That to me is just simply due to variance in the offense. Sorry, again, they have 3 wide receiver 1 type talents on the team. Now that doesn't mean that they're all going to be wide receiver 1s in fantasy because that's never going to happen in terms of pure volume. But because of that, because they have a bunch of talented options on the outside, again, Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, and Michael Gallup, there's going to be a lot of variance between them. Yeah, and Dalton Schultz looked good last week. I mean, when's Dalton Schultz going to get 10 targets again? But
I think that's the reason that Gallup had a down game. Just like I think all 3 of those receivers in a game where you're scoring 40 points should all be productive.
Yeah, I agree. Justin says, I sub to appreciate you, Justin. Incredible. I like your name as well. A little mix there. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, I just got it. Nice. Low key though. I'm a football historian and I'm kind of a nerd like it. Gale Sayers could have went down as one of the best running backs of all time. If you look at the career start that he had before he got injured, he had 5 first-team All-Pros in 6 seasons that he played.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, he was the best running back in the league from the time he set foot in the league, and he also had one of the most historic rookie years of running backs ever had.
Yep. Tyler says, fun question for both of you. If you could get any jersey, any type, what are you getting? I really want the new Gilmore white patch one. I've already made my promise. The next jersey I am getting is a Christian McCaffrey Panthers blue. The reason why, I won my home league last year with Christian McCaffrey. You got to show him some respect. It was a keeper league. Unfortunately, I had to trade him this year. He was my last year of keeper eligibility. Got a nice package that included Jonathan Taylor, Juju Smith-Schuster, and DJ Chark for him. So appreciate you, CMC. You'll be missed. But yeah, definitely got to do my homage for my boy and Christian McCaffrey. I picked him.
Mine's 100%. I want to get a creamsicle jersey, a Bucks creamsicle jersey. So I want to get either Leroy Selman's the greatest Buck who ever wore a creamsicle jersey because he played his entire career in that jersey, or I'd get a Mike Allstott one because he wore it early in his career as well.
Love that. Half PPR. So that was the Woods or Gallup. Yeah. I'd be a little worried about. No.
Although D-Bell.
Ooh, JJ Reese.
I got D-Bell up in the listener redraft league. I play him this week.
I creamed him last week in the Dynasty. Wait, what I creamed him in? I creamed him. Oh, okay. That was also the league where I have McCaffrey, Elliott, Kamara, Carson. Yeah, I put up 220 points for the record. He didn't stand a chance, but sorry about that, D-Bell. That's unfortunate. Do I start Woods or Gibson? Give me Gibson there personally. I don't like the matchup for Woods. Braden says, "What's good, Mac? What's good, B-Mac? He's in your league?"
No, I just know him in real life.
Oh, there you go.
I went to high school with him.
The boy. Crooks and Castles Classic. Attaboy.
Yeah.
DC Manor, should I start Johnny or Kittle? Again, if Kittle's playing, I just can't bench him personally. He's so involved, especially with the lack of weapons that the Niners have in their passing offense right now, with Debo still banged up. Isn't Ayuk dealing with something as well?
Yeah, Ayuk's still coming off the hamstring injury. So I just saw Dylan's thing, bro. You fleeced the whole league. I don't want to hear it.
Start Cole. Depends what your other options are, in my opinion. Farzad. Help yet just out. Just Incredible says someone in one of my leagues traded DK Metcalf for Darren Waller and it got vetoed.
I want to voice my opinion on this, and Dylan, you can listen to this too, because you know our commissioner of our league. I don't like when people veto trades. I don't like it. I think unless it's like blatantly obvious, Julio Jones for Keelan Cole or something I don't think people should veto trades. I think anything can work out in any number of ways. Like someone could trade DK Metcalf for Darren Waller, and Darren Waller could be the tight end 1 on the season, and DK Metcalf could be like a low end wide receiver 2 the rest of the season, or whatever. I don't even know which side the veto was for, to be honest. In that trade, it seems pretty fair to me.
I'm assuming they're for the guy that got DK Metcalf, they're probably thinking it was unfair, but in reality, Darren Waller still has like 35% target market share on the Raiders right now. So like, if you're gonna veto that for that tight end, then you shouldn't just don't do it. Dylan, I mean,
I don't know how you ended up with that team. You have like 3 of the best 5 running backs in fantasy on one team.
And Dak and Kyler and Chris Carson and Michael Gallup, Terry McLaurin, Robert Woods, Hayden Hurst. My bench, Marquise Brown.
Yeah, pretty much.
On one live stream sometime I'll show you guys that team, but you could just gaze. But I was offered DK Metcalf and Mahomes for Gordon, Waller, and Boyd. Do I take it? My quarterback is Drew Brees. Who's your tight end?
Who's your other tight end? That's a big question for me, because if you have like a Jonnu Smith or a Mike Gesicki or something, I actually might do that.
Yeah, agreed. Which wide receiver can I get with Le'Veon Bell and Hunter Henry package? I wouldn't give him up much for that if I was on the other end, but if you can get
those are names.
Yeah.
You might be able to get away with a buy low target would be DJ Chark, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if you can
probably get DJ Chark just with Lev Bell right now.
Yeah, agreed. Rosa says okay.
Rosa Miller, take me back. All right.
Did we answer a question for Rosa or
okay?
Okay. Alma says I've never played Dynasty. Want to start next year? What sites do most people use? So we're actually on Sleeper. If you've ever used the Sleeper app,
I've actually never done a Dynasty League on any other platform other than Sleeper, to be honest.
No, me neither. But Sleeper is definitely a nice interactive site for you guys if you want to go to Dynasty. I know the tight ends on my team and none good on the waiver wire for DK. If no replacement,
that guy who's offering you, does he have a tight end that you can throw into that deal as well? Because then if he has like a guy like that on his bench, I don't know, Mike Gesicki or TJ Hawkinson, Noah Fan or something, then if you can work that into that deal, then I would probably do that.
Agreed there. But the game is actually just starting. We'll answer the last couple questions and probably sign out. So if you have any other rapid fire questions in the next 2 minutes, leave them and then we're going to get out of here. And Ryan Fitzpatrick is taking the field.
The beard versus Parker. Doing this.
Oh, shoot. I have Devontae Parker. Shoot. I got to make sure I set all my lineups. I'm in 13 leagues.
I'm in 7. I'm good. I only had Chark in 2 leagues, and I took him out immediately when they announced that.
Yeah, same. So I have Devontae Parker. He has James Robinson, the guy I'm playing. But the guy I'm playing also lost Saquon Barkley. So his starting 2 running backs are David Johnson and James Robinson. So, so Greg is actually back. Appreciate another $5 donation.
Yeah, geez, good thing we didn't sign off yet.
Appreciate that, Greg. I'm rolling the dice on Chenault. My other receivers are Robinson, Juju, Chark, Judy, Harry, Ruggs, and Sims. My league starts 2 wide receivers.
Oh man, why are you rolling the dice on Chenault? You got A-Rob and Juju.
Yeah, I would have gone with A-Rob and Juju, but to be fair, Juju is questionable, so maybe that's his train of thought there.
Even if that was the case, I'd probably start Judy over Chenault.
That's fair. Yeah.
Gaskin breaking a little play right there.
I'm a little behind Bush. I'm watching on DAZN.
Oh, okay. I got it. I got a a TV here with like cable. So.
Oh shoot! Did you see that? Who 42? 42 just threw him to the ground for no reason.
Yeah.
What a wipe!
Gronk is his tight end, so no, yeah, Gronk is useless for fantasy. Anyone, if you have Gronk in your roster, drop him.
That's why he's traded for Waller. Looking ahead to my Russell Wilson bye week right now. Would you pick up Trubisky versus the Panthers or Cousins versus the Falcons? Given the way Cousins has looked, I just don't feel confident at all with him. And although Trubisky sucks in real life against the Panthers, he should have a fine game. And wow, Greg again with another $2 super chat. I do double flex as well. Appreciate that. If you do double flex as well,
find a way to get Judy and Juju in your lineup if you can. I don't know what your running back situation is like, but I think you should get both of those guys in there. What are y'all excited about? Devontae Parker?
Yeah.
I saw that like 2 minutes ago. That's why I'm asking.
Dude, I'm watching on freaking the zone. So let's get back.
Jonnu Smith or Hunter Henry? Jonnu Smith. I like both of them though. I don't think you can go wrong with either guy, to be honest.
Agreed there. Thanks, boys. No problem, Colin. Great podcast. Good luck, everybody. Appreciate that, Dan Kim. Glad you're enjoying it. Daniel Sue says, Chark or Gallup, half PPR, rest of the season. Enjoy the game, guys. Appreciate that. Rest of the season, give me Chark. I am a Gallup fan, but I do think Chark is ultimately going to see a ton more than 7 targets he's received in the past 2 games. Yeah, once those Gallup goes up, he's definitely going to positively regress to what we think he can be. Rapid fire, last 2 things. You think Melvin Gordon and Drew Brees will be good this year? Drew Brees, not so much.
I actually am willing to bet that Jameis Winston starts games this year because Drew Brees is so bad. Like, I actually think he's going to be that bad this year.
Agreed. And Montgomery versus McKinnon. I currently have McKinnon, I believe.
Kevin White for a second. I was going to laugh.
Oh, wow. Gaskin looks good, man.
Yeah.
You probably already saw that play, but the first down run. But Montgomery or McKinnon, I personally have McKinnon, like, I believe 1 or 2 spots higher. So
I have Montgomery pretty significantly higher, so I'll take Montgomery there.
I mean, the safe play is Montgomery. The ceiling play
might PPR, I might lean McKinnon, but in half or standard, I would take Montgomery.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Didn't I bench Gaskin in the 1 league too, Marco?
Yeah.
Shoot. But yeah, that we'll be signing off here. It's 8:27. You guys, hope you guys enjoyed this game. It's looking thrilling thus far as I'm watching the. Actually, you guys are probably ahead of me, but the Dolphins are currently inside the 40-yard line.
Yeah, it's looking good on my over bet. It doesn't look like the Jags can stop a nosebleed right now, so that's helpful.
Of course it was. All right, we're gonna be signing off here. Easy, y'all.